The wheels are still
Go
turning.
live.
Okay, we
You did
are
it.
live.
Yes.
Awesome. Yes,
Yay!
we are here. Another Thursday. I'm so excited. Another amazing conversation tonight. I'm just going to go straight into introductions because we got, not only do we have Kelsey, but we even have another special guest with us, and he's going to have, or she's going to have to be introduced a lot sooner. So anyone who doesn't know me, my name is Brittany Brainstorm. I'm the creative director of Brainstorm Boutique, and my sister Casey is here with me tonight. She's my creative partner in crime. Casey is a designer and also a confidence coach. But tonight, it's not about us. We have a very special guest. We have Kelsey Mendenhall of Bobette Candles. And Kelsey, I want to let you introduce yourself and introduce your special guest.
Yes, thank you so much for having me. So my name is Kelsey Mendenhall, and I'm the creator and owner of Bobette Candles. And with me tonight is my chief napping officer, Lattè. She is kind of like the inspiration for the brand. And we wanted to take just a quick second to announce our fall candle. Our fall candle is pumpkin spice latte in honor, sorry, the camera's a little off, in honor of my little pup. So her name is Lattè. So every year she dresses up as a little pumpkin. This is for this year.
Cannot handle it.
She's been getting a bunch of treats. That's the only reason she's still been in the costume.
Oh my
Get her right in the mirror.
Lattè, hey there.
Lattè, it's your
National Dog
Instagram
Day.
debut. I know it's not. Well, every day is National Dog Day at our house, but yes, very exciting. So I'm gonna put her down. So
she's famous now.
That's great.
Famous.
I love that.
I'm so excited. Okay, so we're gonna have to back up a hot minute because obviously in the title, Bobette Candles is about candles, but I want you to talk about first what you do, because I know you have a professional career, and then tell us the journey. I'm here for it. I'm so excited to hear all about it.
Well, thank you. Yeah, so I am an executive assistant at a tech organization. I've been in tech for the past over 8 years. And last year during the pandemic, my Lattè, my little chief napping officer, turned 5. And so I was looking for a fun way to celebrate her birthday. Normally we do like a little birthday party in person, but with COVID, I tried to find another way to celebrate. So I worked with a fantastic artist named Kelsey Weir, and she developed this really cool print for me that had custom photos of Lattè. I actually have a copy of it. I'll show you guys. So that's Lattè, and that's her sister. So right here with the sunglasses, you can see that's where our logo originated from. And so she gave me all of the different individual artworks that she created to make the whole pattern. And I was like, this is so good. I have to do something with it. And just one day I was like really wanting to like do a candle class. And I was like, oh my God, I should just do candles. Like there's no Frenchie candles out there that are like really fun or giftable. And I just started thinking about like, well, if I did it, what scents could I do? And I could totally play off of the Frenchie name. And so it just kind of happened. I had the idea and I was like, well, let me just play around and see first if I like making candles. And it just kind of snowballed from there. And now I have a whole little Frenchie-focused candle company.
That is so cute. So you make the candles?
Oh my gosh.
I do, yes. I hand pour all the candles in small batches.
That is so cool.
So that's fascinating. I want to talk about the candle process, and then I want to talk about how, you focus just on I mean, it's not just for the Frenchie community, but that's your niche, with your with your marketing. So whenever you started pouring candles, did you have like an idea of like what kind of signature scents you wanted to have, or did you just really experiment? Like, what was that like?
So it was a journey. So I had a really good idea of what I wanted my scents to be, but learning how to work with like candles, it's not as easy as you would think it was. And I thought it would be super easy. Took actually a lot of testing. So I really wanted to have an eco-friendly candle and also have a candle that was safe to burn around animals. So we have a fully soy wax candle because when it burns, it doesn't have any paraffins, which release little molecules in the air, and they're not great for animals, specifically dogs. So I was trying to really make sure our candles were as clean as possible. And so soy wax can be a little challenging to keep the scent and then have the scent, like once the candle's lit, have it actually fill a room. So that took a little bit of testing to find the right wick and the right scent ratio. But I had for our launch collection, we had 4 scents and 1 unscented candle. So I had a pretty good idea of what I wanted them to be. But then I bought a zillion samples to like figure out what smell matched this crazy idea I had, to see if it worked. So that's actually been probably my favorite part of doing this, is like picking the scents and making fun names.
That is so much fun.
Okay, so on that topic about the scents and the names, because actually, I'm gonna bring up your website. I feel like I'm gonna hop on a little bit. I want people to see it. You know, I want them to see, you know, what we're talking about here with the scents.
Let me talking about the like how it can be toxic for certain animals. I know that birds are very finicky with scents too, like with candles, and especially with the paraffins things. Like some birds can actually like die if you have candles around them that, you know, you just buy from the store that are cheap candles, like macaws and all that. Yeah,
usually, like I mean, who doesn't love a great Target $5 candle? They're fantastic. And the only thing is they're not always going to be a clean soy wax because of the price point. Soy, to have it as clean and eco-friendly, it's going to cost a little bit more to source that. And so again, that was a big focus for us, was being pet friendly. But it's unfortunate that any birds die because of the candles.
I know, it's crazy. It's just, it's like when you have like a choice, it's so important just to make the cleanest choice that you can, you know?
Yeah, I don't think a lot of us know to think about that either, you know?
I think it's just now really becoming like a conversation, what people like have in their homes, like from like cleaning products to like even perfumes you wear in your bodies on your body, or lotions can have a lot of toxic chemicals. And now that so many of us work from home and are home, it's like, okay, we're here all the time, specifically me in my case as well. I want to make sure all of the things in my environment are like safe for me and then also safe for my little latte. So I think it's kind of, we're going to hear more about it. I think it'll be the way of the future.
Yeah. Well, I love that you started your candle company with those principles already in mind, and it's not something you have to pivot to later. Like you've just started off straight up as having a clean candle company and really caring about those details. You know, for anyone who's starting to join us right now, Bobette Candles is inspired by Kelsey's adorable Frenchie latte. And what I absolutely love about your candles is just the titles of the names. So I'll let you talk about them. There's a lot. I'm going to pronounce the latte Cherie. Is that, or you pronounce
it? No, you got it. So, because latte is French and I'm like obsessed with anything French, her full name is actually Latte Beau Bijou Bobette. So, you know, she's French. She needed a very regal name, right?
Yes.
So,
love it.
So our latte Cherie candle, so it just means latte darling. Cherie is darling in French. And that's kind of like our namesake candle after her. So it's a very like warm coffee and hazelnuts with a little bit of vanilla and like chocolate ganache scented candle. It's my favorite one to burn in the morning, because I actually don't drink coffee anymore. Unfortunately, my body like does not process it well. So this is like my nice like alternative. I can still smell it, and it like is so inviting for the mornings. And
it is like walking into a coffee shop. It really is.
Yes,
like
a very luxe one, hopefully.
Casey, I need to send you some, because it seriously is like walking into a coffee shop.
I love
I'm obsessed with that one.
I love candles. Like I'm a nut job about them.
I love it. And this is actually our most popular seller right now, which is Frenchie-Kisses.
Really?
This one I knew, this is like the first one I knew the name of. I was like, okay, my dog is a big little kisser. She's very French in that regard, very affectionate. And so I knew I had to have a Frenchie-Kisses candle. And so this one is a much lighter, more effervescent kind of like Prosecco, red raspberry smells. It's a great one. For like big areas in your home, the smell carries so well. I actually had it burning this morning in my kitchen, and my whole house smells like it now. And it's a great one for bathrooms too. When you have like parties and guests over, it's like perfect candle to have lit in your bathroom.
Yes, I can definitely see that. I don't have the imagination for creating scents, and I'm just over here like I will walk up to my candles. I'm not joking, Kelsey. I'll just like open them, just like just like a fine wine, you know, just enjoying that scent for a moment.
Open the notes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yes. So this is our happy Frenchie birthday candle. So we have a lot of friends who have Frenchies, and if you know a Frenchie owner, they tend to be incredibly obsessed with their dog, like myself included. And so it's fun to have like a little gift you could give to either like just a friend who enjoys dogs or like a Frenchie lover. So this is like a traditional kind of a birthday cake, warm vanilla, and like buttercream kind of smell. And it's like, if you are starving for cake, do not burn this because you'll be really wanting cake while it's burning. Yeah, it's a great celebration scent.
It's a really rich scent too.
It's very, it's very rich.
It's really good. I'm obsessed with them all. Oh yeah, my favorite.
Thank you.
I got this one.
Is this your favorite?
You surprised me with the big candle version of this one.
Yeah, so this is Hot Frenchie Summer. This was like the second one I had the idea for. Yeah, that was very much inspired by Megan Thee Stallion.
Yes.
And my dog is so sassy that she literally embodies like attitude like Megan. So we shout out to her. So this kind of the scent behind this, it's like a sexy summer ocean like musk scent. I wanted it to be really fun, but a little masculine too. And be very So this is our seasonal candle for our launch. The other three will be a part of our main collection throughout the year. But this was a fun one to kind of launch summer with.
I love this one. I'm pretty sure for a while I just had the lid off and I hadn't even burned it yet, and I could like smell it. Not that it's a strong scent, it's just like a very like pleasant. It's a very powerful scent actually. And this one, I just love your idea behind this one too.
Oh, thank you. So this is our glow candle. We have several friends and family members who are very sensitive to scents. So we wanted to make them still a beautiful candle that they can enjoy, but it's fragrance free. So you won't be getting any scent at all. It should not be causing any headaches related to scents, but you still have beautiful packaging and also get to celebrate Frenchies at your home as well.
I love that.
Yes.
That is so
I love that.
Yeah.
So I am going to keep your website up because I think next we're going to be talking about your branding anyway, and I think it's so important to see the visuals while you talk about it. So you mentioned earlier, so Kelsey, I'm all over the place. There's so many things I want to talk about.
It's okay. I love it.
So your titles, did you come up with the titles first and then created the scent that you felt best represented that, or did you do it by the backwards, or both?
I think a mix of both for some of them. I knew I wanted an unscented one, but I wanted to also give it a fun name because like unscented is so boring. So I'm like, glow, perfect. You're getting like a romantic glow from the lights. And I think for obviously birthday cake, that one was pretty easy to figure that one out. I wanted to add a little bit more richness to that one, so you get a very strong like buttery undercurrent to that. And then the Latte Cherie one, I knew it had to be coffee flavored just to celebrate latte. And a great morning candle, like I said. For the other two, Frenchie Kisses and Hot Frenchie Summer, I had an idea of what I wanted, but I hadn't until I started getting a lot of samples. I really wasn't able to narrow it down. And then for a lot of my candles, I actually ended up blending fragrances because I couldn't find exactly what I wanted in one fragrance. And actually, my only candle that's not blended is Frenchie Kisses, and that's a phenomenal scent that I use from Wooden Wicks. But everything else I do custom blends of different fragrance oils to get them exactly how I want them.
So you had no candle making experience. You took a candle making class and you just like with mad scientists, like created these amazing smells.
Yeah, pretty much. I started with like a little candle kit and just YouTubed a lot of videos. I'm in a few little candle making Facebook groups as well. It's an amazing community out there of people just wanting to be creative. For me, it's been so fun to have a creative outlet. My job is very analytical. And so it's nice to use like the right side of my brain. I used to also do events and wedding planning. And so it's like fun to use some of those event backgrounds, my event background, to kind of like bring another thing to life. Maybe not an event, but a product. So it was really interesting. Products have their own like legalities, which I learned a lot about. So the labeling, you know, the insurance that goes around it, like the risk, because it's an item you can literally light on fire. So it was quite the little introduction into learning all about the candle industry.
That's really interesting.
Okay, so that's
I never would have
something
thought
I've
of
never thought
that.
about.
Yeah, you know, I hadn't really thought about it too much too when I decided I was going to try to make candles. I went down a rabbit hole of learning this information, and I've actually been thinking about maybe even doing my own little online course for people who want to start their own little hobby business with candles.
You should,
because there's
100%.
so many. Thank you. There's just so many places you have to like cobble together like the resources or the understanding around the legalities or the literally the chemistry that goes into melting the wax at what temperature, how much fragrance oil will the wax like be able to hold, and then how long does it need to cure with the wax so the scent is really infused and gives you a hot throw, which is when you light the candle, the scent with how far it goes within the space you're lighting it. So yeah, it's a little bit of mad science for sure. And then
You
insane
are a
research.
candle expert.
That's wonderful.
Getting close. Yeah, I spent a lot of quarantine on this for sure.
You know what? That's amazing. And what an amazing use of your time, your extra, our extra time, but like time at home to either, chill out and scroll Instagram or scroll Instagram for a purpose, right? Like, I know we're on, whenever we're researching for businesses, there is a lot of online research that goes into it. So I absolutely like applaud you, because when you reached out to me to design your website, Kelsey, I just assumed you were like years in business doing candle making. Like you just knew exactly what you're talking about. It was whenever we talked, I remember the first time we talked, you're so passionate about your candle company, and that it was like, okay, you had all these other things to get done before we could do your website. So you already secured your spot on my calendar. And then I just waited until you came back to me, and it was like you had everything ready to go. So my other question for you is, do you have like an art background? Like you are probably one of the most creative people I've worked with, and it has really blown me away.
Oh, well, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I am not I don't have artistic talent. That's why I love working with Kelsey Weir, who created the artwork, and she actually created the artwork for our fall and winter candles as well. I just had a very specific vision, and I think my role as being an EA is being insanely organized and an intense researcher. So I put those skills to good use in terms of starting this, and I knew there were certain things I wasn't going to want to do. I knew for the photography, I don't love taking photos, and I knew I wanted them to look really crisp and, like, as you can see on the website, phenomenal. So I reached out and worked with a phenomenal product photographer named Annie. And I think she's linked somewhere on my website. You guys can find her. She is amazing. She just knew the vision. And as soon as I got the images back from her, I was able to work with you, Brittany, and just literally we could just jump off of that. She really just captured my initial launch exactly how I wanted. And she actually just shot our fall candle. So those photos are coming out soon as well. And they're going to be really fun. Not a traditional fall candle photo shoot. So it'll be really fun. Yes, if you go to each different tile, we have a really fun kind of a shot that kind of depicts the candle. So that one, obviously, Latte Cherie, we've got coffee.
Love that.
We've got cream going into the beautiful coffee mug. So we just wanted to give it a fun element to it. And also we have our standard e-commerce photos as well. But I love to have the other ones because they're so Instagrammable. I really wanted to have some great marketing for Instagram. I know that's Annie's hand lighting the candle, and her nails were perfectly matching. We appreciate her attention to detail. It's great.
Annie.
I started following her on Instagram, and she blows me away.
She's amazing. Yeah, I'm so lucky to have met her.
And this still isn't all the photos. We put a nice amount of photos on your website, but you have a library bank just packed with them.
I do. Yeah. I was really trying to keep some of them as we launched to really kind of engage people on Instagram, to kind of pull people in to check out the websites. And so you're seeing a taste of it on the website. A lot more you'll see on our social media accounts.
I love this one.
That's a fun one. Yeah, we had to have our red heart sunglasses, kind of one of our staples of the logo. Exactly.
I love that
this.
you recognized and executed the importance of having good photography and copy ready before your website. I think that a
Thank
lot
you.
of
Yeah.
people, they forget that that is the order in which it goes, but your website is literally nothing without excellent copy and excellent photography. Those are the pillars we work around to complement for the
Absolutely.
design.
I totally agree. I think you want to be able to engage your target market
Yes.
and it makes them more inviting and very easy for them to use and shop around the site as well. I think for like kind of the approach I took, and because I knew I wanted this to be like a business, not just a hobby. So ideally one day it's going to start making me some money. And so I really wanted to like start as I meant to go on. So we have like an LLC, we have all the insurance and everything. So I really wanted to structure it as a true business. I mean, it's phenomenal if someone wants to start as a hobby and if they really enjoy it, scale it to be a business. But I decided I wanted to just go straight into making it a full business. And let me just grab Lattè really quickly because she is barking behind me to take her little costume off. I think she wants to join us.
Yeah. And then I have a question I have a comment here from a viewer. So I think that ties in great with what you were just saying. So Josh Benson, by the way, he is a very talented artist in my community. He's doing these amazing murals around my downtown. He says, I'm really surprised by how intrigued I am by the legalities of the candle industry. That's really cool. And I'd be interested in a deeper dive in what kind of liability and such all that includes.
Well, it is a deep dive. Because it's a product and because it's a flammable product, there is a lot of regulation that goes around that in terms of warning labels. So all of our candles have very specific warning labels, that are pretty much mandated by a few different federal agencies. You have to have the product warning label. And
so this on the bottom?
Yes, exactly. So we custom branded those out. So they have our website and our Instagram as well, but also don't leave unattended, don't leave on surfaces, don't leave. And we included don't leave around pets because that's a big concern for us. Don't leave them unattended. And so by having those legalities on there, you're kind of like covering your bases a little bit. Should anyone experience like maybe a faulty candle. One thing I really learned in my candle testing is how much the wick affects like the vessel and the waxes in it. So as the candle melts, if it gets too hot at the very bottom, the glass can explode, or if it's in another type of vessel, it can just break or combust. And I was really trying to avoid that for my customers and for any potential liability, because I burn them so much in my house. I don't want to burn my house down or anyone else's.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're very risk adverse in this business, and definitely want to make sure it's safe for everyone to enjoy.
We literally have no idea what really goes into a business behind the scenes. You know,
so did you have to like get a lawyer to draft all of that up, or is there like a standard like all candle people know this like copy and paste thing, or
so
how far do you have to go?
That's a great question. So there are several candle resources through like the Small Business Association and through I'm forgetting the exact term, but I think it's the NAIS. There's some sort of government organization that lists what you have to be compliant with your product warning labels. So luckily I didn't have to have an attorney for that. I just kind of copy pasted, but made it look a lot prettier with our formatting. And sorry, I'm giving Lattè a treat, so she is not barking at us while we're trying to live stream.
Never apologize.
She's going to end up eating her whole treat jar tonight. But I did have a lawyer draft an LLC for me just to make sure the company's protected. Should anything happen again, anyone's house should combust. Ideally, they will not with the direct result of our candles. So I think it's just better to be safe. I used to have actually a mobile spray tan company, and we had some insurances for situations like that, but I was always very cognizant. Anything that goes in someone's home, you want to make sure you're protected as an entrepreneur as well, especially if you're going to do a product that's either a non-consumable or consumable. I want to make sure you have yourself completely covered on every basis.
I love that. That's it. We just got a
Thank
comment
you.
here from Andrea. Says, this has been fantastic. So interesting. And congratulations, Kelsey, on your new business. Thanks, Brittany and Casey, for hosting such a boss babe. I know. We love Kelsey. I am
Thanks,
seriously,
Andrea.
like, such a big fan of Kelsey. And thank you so much for tuning in,
Thank you.
Andrea.
We love Andrea.
It's
She's
so
our
true. So who's Andrea? Let us know. We need to know.
Andrea's like my sister from another mister, one of my best friends. And she has been one of our biggest supporters, and we adore her. And her husband have been some of our good testers on fragrance because they will give you very direct feedback, and we appreciate that.
Love it.
So we love Gus and Andrea. And they have this Swedish English Bulldog, who we say it's Latte's cousin. So yes, we're very ingrained in each other's lives.
I love that.
So much fun. I love it. I'm going to talk about your website just for a second, then I'm going to stop sharing the screen so we can do a little more back and forth talk. So I'll just go ahead and disclaimer, I did design the website for Kelsey. And Kelsey, I don't remember exactly how you found me, but I'm so thankful you did.
Me too. I wouldn't have been able to make a site quite as fabulous without you. I believe I found you through Business Boutique Facebook group.
Yes.
Which is Christy Wright's group. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. You're exactly right. That is where we found each other now that I think about it. So, we talked, we had a phone call, and I think me and you just have very similar energies for our own, little niches that we're in. And, I am used to doing a lot of the branding for some of my clients. And whenever you came to me with this, I'm like, this is the most incredible. And I was kind of jealous that I didn't do this branding, but I'm not an artist like that. Like this, the detail that Kelsey, see, that's how you know it's meant to be, is when you meet someone else with your name. The artwork that she did of Lattè is it just brings so much joy whenever you look at it. It doesn't look heart-shaped eyeglasses. So whenever you came to me, you had all of your images taken by, is it Anne or Annie? Annie's photography blew me out of the water. Like, her styling and her attention to detail is phenomenal. So I just want to throw out to anyone, go follow Bobette Candles on Instagram. Bobette Candles is also on Facebook. But if you follow her on Instagram, you're going to see so many more pictures. Actually, you know what? Let's just go there. Let's just show them.
Yeah, let's pull it up. And Annie's tagged in a lot of her photos, so you'll be able to find her Instagram pretty quickly.
I just love. Okay,
there's Lattè.
Lattè is so cute. I love her use of layering and different height and perspective and all of that. And this is your mini collection. See, whenever I set up your website, I didn't know you're going to sell a mini collection. So it was actually a surprise to me on launch day to go in and buy the mini collection. I was so excited. I'm not joking. I'm just going to do shameless plug here. These are the best smelling candles. They are so good. When I said that I thought you've been in business for years doing candle making, it's blown me away to know that this is, you just picked this up. But all of these pictures here are so beautiful.
That one is so fun. She actually, so the glow one she created with cotton balls and then was able to put a really cool Photoshop effect on it. Yeah, I was so lucky to have met Annie to create the photos. I feel like my favorite part so far of launching Bobette is I've worked with so many other female entrepreneurs that have their own little either website or their own branding that's very specific. So Annie's niche is product photography, and she was just phenomenal to work with. Kelsey Weir, who did all of our artwork previous to the launch, and then all of our upcoming candles graphic images as well, is phenomenal to work with. And so that's been so fun for us to also support other female entrepreneurs throughout the process. And so I've loved that, because usually as an entrepreneur, it's kind of lonely doing your own thing. And so I've just loved working with all the amazing different brands and women we've worked with. So it's been so fun.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity to collaborate with different industries instead of focusing on just I have to do everything myself. It's no, this is an opportunity to broaden my reach to honestly globally now. I mean, you can talk to anybody.
It's so true. And oh my God, thank God we live in the time of the internet. I can't imagine if we couldn't Google things. Like, it would be miserable.
Yeah, right.
I absolutely agree. Oh, and then make sure you go watch her stories, because she has her fun, like, behind the scenes and stickers.
So cute.
That okay.
So
your
testing.
packaging was so freaking cute.
Thank you.
There's so many things I want to talk about with you, because I'm telling you, you nailed the just the presentation. And I have to let me read a product description, because I'm pretty sure I told you, I was like, Kelsey, I'm so used to having to write for people now, like, you don't need me. But Latte Cherie is our namesake candle that brings the warmth of a cup of fresh brewed coffee with a dollop of decadent chocolate truffle swirl and sweet vanilla cream.
Love it.
I
exactly
can
what
already
it smells
taste
like.
it.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love that.
And then she spells out the notes, which the top is coffee, white cocoa, milk froth. The middle is vanilla bean, chocolate truffle. So I'm going to be so excited when it gets to the middle, when I burn down to the middle. And the bottom is melted butter.
Well, so with the notes, let me go through the notes for you. So the top note is what you're going to sniff first. So smelling candles is like kind of comparable to like wine, like when you're drinking wine. So you're going to get different notes at different levels. So in terms of like the top notes, that's what you're going to pick up right away. And then as you burn the candle, you're going to, and as it releases all of the fragrance oil, that's when you're going to get to smell more of the middle and then the bottom notes. It won't be like as you burn the candle, but once you kind of burn it and it warms up.
Cool.
Yeah, and our biggest tip when you first burn a candle, you want to burn it for at least 2 hours. So it has like a milk pull that like touches the edge of the candle. That way, when you burn it next time, you get a really nice finish. And so you're not like tunneling down your candle as well. And it'll last longer.
Okay, Kelsey, I did that wrong the first few times I did this. So I'm going to, that will be my
totally
list
fine
this weekend.
Enjoy some candles.
Check. I could do that. I want to add, if someone want, your miniature collection still, girl. I gotta.
It did. We did sell out.
Oh my gosh.
Hopefully soon. Yeah.
I can see why. And then you have the signature. So the signature is what size is this one? 9
So those are our classic candles. Yeah, our classic candles are about 9 ounces. And they have a burn time of around 55 to 60 hours, just depending if you power a burn or if you just kind of like light it for an hour here or there. Our minis are 2.75 ounces, and they make a great travel candle if like you're going for a long vacation or you're like going somewhere with a fabulous bathtub and you want to like light a nice candle. And so they burn from anywhere from 20 to 25 hours, but they make a great little like travel candle wherever you go.
I cannot stop smelling this.
That's what we want to hear. That's such a compliment. Thank you. We love hearing that.
Seriously, it's so true though. I mean, it's really one of the best smelling candles. It really is. So I want to talk about your just inspiration for the design. I know you had your artist to do your logo, and then not so much the design, but just like the overall branding, because I feel like you were just on point with it. When I got your branding guide, did you put that together?
I did, yes. I made a branding guide. So when I was working with the fabulous women I work with, it was very easy to communicate what I wanted the look and feel of like the photo shoot to be or the website. So I think I usually have a very clear aesthetic with whatever project I'm working on, whether it's like decorating my house or doing an event. And actually, sometimes that's very challenging for me because I have such a specific vision that I don't deviate, and then it ends up costing me more to execute whatever it is I want to do. So it's a gift and a curse in that regard.
Do you mind if I share that, by the way?
No, go for it. That's totally fine.
I just want to show this is what I absolutely love about you is you're a candle maker, you're visionary, you're creative, you're like all these things. And it's so important for people to know that we are capable of doing so much more than just like whatever our full-time jobs are, or whatever people may think they know about us. Like you can literally go learn how to make candles and make your candle brand, you know? And then put together your own brand guide.
Yeah, well, shout out
on
to Canva.
So
Canva gave me some ideas. Yeah, this is our initial launch brand guide.
Yes.
So I do a lot of our any of our digital stuff or any of our copy or print material. I build most of it in Canva. So we're very Canva obsessed, and that's where you see a lot of like my branding guide, or I do a lot of photo shoot guides too, kind of like mood boards for those as well for Annie.
Yeah.
I love
And you
that.
still have to have like a good eye of design in order to make Canva look good too. So don't knock yourself, because I've seen some Canva, honey. It's not all great.
That's true. Yeah.
To make it beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah. I think
so.
I think I really. Oh, so go ahead. Please.
No, you go ahead.
Oh, thank you. I was just going to say, when I kind of really started to work on the labels, I really wanted something that was really clean, but could be really pretty aesthetically and wasn't, you know, a big chunky label with some crazy graphic. I wanted it really simple, really like the colors to kind of match the vibe of whatever the candle is. And as you can see, there's our color palette right there. And it's going to be even more fun with our holiday candles when we jump off with that. And so I just had a very specific vision. I wanted to be very clean. I'm a huge fan of Glossier, and I love their marketing.
Yes, me too.
You are talking to the right girl.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I
No
almost wore my
wonder we were so
Glossier
alike.
hoodie. Yes.
Oh, nice.
Love
Yeah,
Glossier.
they
You
were.
just got super excited.
Not enough people
great,
wear Glossier. Literally full face Glossier right now, no joke.
Me too.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
Love
That's
it.
great.
I have everything by them. It's nuts.
That's
Oh, I go
awesome.
for the can of worms with that one. So,
Sorry.
So you were inspired by Glossier and like how they
Yeah.
sell products, or like their color
Very much.
schemes, or
Kind of a mix of things. So their color scheme for sure, and how they had like their obviously pink is their signature. The millennial pink is one of their signature colors, and we love pink at our house. As you will see on one of our Instagram's accounts, you will see Latte has a fabulous pink sweater. We're big pink fans here, and so I just really wanted to kind of carry those fun primary, like almost pastel-y colors throughout it, or throughout the brand and the various branding that you're seeing. And also, I work for the medical startup I work for. We have some phenomenal marketing as well. So I work with some amazing designers, and I'm so inspired by a lot of the stuff we do marketing wise. And so it's kind of just like a mix of having all these amazing startups that are so consumer focused for my demographic, and be able to kind of like bring some of those vibes into the branding for Bobette.
Love it.
I love that. If you don't mind, I'm going to read your brand voice for a second, because this is what I loved. Is like you knew exactly what you wanted to say and how you wanted to say it. So we are a novelty candle company with a fun Frenchie focus. We adore Frenchies and love to celebrate the Frenchie community through our playful candles. We only use pet-friendly products in all our candles and have a strong commitment to be an eco-friendly small business. Each one of our candles are hand poured in the San Francisco Bay Area. And like that is like the most concise, on point description of your brand.
Love it.
Right there.
Thank you.
I can't say enough of like how much joy when I got this document from you. I think my like head exploded, because I'm not used to that. And I was like, this girl knows exactly what she wants, and I think it helped me just really deliver the website you wanted. I don't feel like we had too much back and forth with it either, and that was pretty incredible.
Yeah, I think we had very few edits. I think I was just very clear from the beginning, and you were able to understand my vision. And so I think us working together made it work really well. And, you know, we're Frenchie obsessed with everything we do. That's the focus. And so it's really easy to enthuse that into the company and into the branding that you're seeing throughout our candles. So you can see our inspiration right here.
Latte. I love Latte's famous.
She is so cute.
She's loving this. She's never gotten so many treats in one short time period before. So she's like, I'm gonna roll with this.
She's like, do this all the time, Mom. You know, let's just always go live, you know? Actually, speaking of moms, my mother just commented, Melanie Bickett says, hello, gorgeous ladies. Thank you, Mom.
Hi, Melanie.
Love you, Mom.
We always like a shout out
Yes.
from our mom.
That's the sweetest.
She is the sweetest. So another thing I want to talk about is the Frenchie-focused. Have you first of all, are you in a community for Frenchie lovers? And like, how has this helped play into that?
Yeah, so we're in several Frenchie Facebook groups. There are several. Again, like I said, if you're a dog lover, you're going to be dog obsessed. But if you have a Frenchie, it's like a next level dog obsession. Maybe borderline unhealthy, but you got to have a hobby. Everyone asks me what my hobby is, and I was like, it's the dog. Like literally, this is 30% of my time outside of work is pretty much spent with the dog or anything on the dog. So yeah, we're in a couple different groups. I think so. I had always wanted a Frenchie. I'd wanted a pug, and then I found out about Frenchies, and I had it on my vision board for years. And then I ended up getting a little Latte. What Frenchies are they're like the sweetest, most cuddly dogs. I grew up with big dogs like Labs and Samoyeds, which are phenomenal. But there's just this really deep connection you get with Frenchies. They're very human centric. They're really not bred for like anything other than being your friend. Like Labs are bred for hunting. All the different dogs have like a specific purpose. Literally the entire purpose of Frenchies these days is to be a human companion. So they're so fun in that regard, in terms of they're just like want to be with you doing whatever you're doing. And so we love being in Frenchie groups. It's fun to like chat with other Frenchie parents because they do have a lot of health concerns or a lot of health issues. And so we're super mindful of that. So shout out to our favorite vet, Dr. Heather, for keeping Latte super healthy. We've seen her quite a lot this year, and we're so glad we have her because she is just so up to date on everything and phenomenal. So we wouldn't have Latte as healthy as she is today without her.
Oh, well, we love your vet. Yes, we need Latte.
Yes, we love her too.
For a very long time.
Yes, exactly. She's going to live forever. That's what we've decided. Yes.
Absolutely.
And then if not, we're going to just clone her and, keep her legacy going on.
Yeah.
Clone
I support that.
Barbara Streisand did it. She cloned both of her dogs and she keeps cloning them. Yeah, it's totally possible.
Go Barbara, yes.
You can literally have them take a sample of your dog's DNA and how you freeze your eggs if you're trying to have a baby later in life. You can freeze your dog's DNA to clone later in life. And I think it's $1,500. So it's not incredibly crazy expensive. Yeah, it's could be a doable thing.
Than most dogs.
Well, yeah, exactly. Like if you buy another French Bulldog, they're expensive dogs. Like you invest in those.
That's just the DNA. I think to actually clone them, it's $50K. But
gotcha.
You can at least have a piece of them forever. So So at some point that could be an issue. But you just adore them.
Mallory Minder just had a gas face. Mallory, thank you for watching with us tonight. I actually, Kelsey, I was telling so Mallory's my cousin, and she's a photographer in Philly. She works for David's Bridal Corporate out there. She does all their photo retouching. And I told Mallory, I said, I am working with this amazing creative. I was like, I swear you two remind me so much of each other, and I would love for you guys to connect. I'm like, awesome. You both are so passionate, so creative, and just the sweetest spirits. I was like, man, I need to friendship you two. So anyways, just throwing that out there. Mallory
Sounds
says,
good. We'll connect.
Mallory says Arrow will be cloned.
Yes.
We love it.
Arrow's a big boy. We'll start that fund now for Arrow's future cloning. But
perfect.
I love that. So you're in these Frenchie communities, and have you been able to mention your candle company in there? How does that work?
Yeah, we haven't really done too much of that because we've been so focused on the launch, and a lot of them, it's not really a place to sell specifically. And so when we are doing our hashtags on social media, we like to include a lot of the Frenchie hashtags, like Frenchies of Instagram, Frenchie life. And so we'll find a lot of Frenchie lovers that way. And same with Facebook. I think if we start posting some photos with her with the candles behind them, we could maybe kind of subvertly advertise that way.
Yeah.
Get in there.
Probably start doing that. Yeah. I think with holiday coming up, we're definitely going to try to do something like that. So she's going to be a big focus in our marketing around one of our specific holiday candles.
Oh my gosh.
If not all of them, but one is really going to be a really fun one. So as well as our
love
fall
that.
one, she's going to be
Throw the fall back a bit.
rocking her. Yeah, she's going to be
I
rocking
love
her little
that
pumpkin
so much.
costume all fall.
Kelsey,
All fall. Huh?
okay, so I'm over here smelling this latte sherry again, and I'm over here thinking, if this is how good this smells, that pumpkin spice latte candle has to be mind-blowingly good.
So
because
Thank you. Yeah, it's going to be
I-
a very rich pumpkin spice. And it's not going to be like too sweet of a pumpkin. It's going to have a lot more like spice, like cloves and cinnamon as well.
Nice.
And you'll have that, definitely that coffee scent come through as well. Not as buttery, I think, as our latte cherie one, but still have some really nice like spice to it, but not like
Love it.
too sweet like sometimes the PSL is. So yeah,
I
we're
think I'm
very
addicted.
excited they're out.
I don't even think
We
I
should
can
make you a
burn this
fragrance.
candle.
Okay, we'll make you a fragrance or a lotion or something for that one.
Oh my gosh, yes, lotions.
Ooh.
Kelsey.
Yeah.
Oh, Mallory just commented, we will be friends. You need to find her on Instagram.
It's over. Yeah.
Get hooked up. Kelsey's great.
I love it.
Okay, I seriously am like, I don't think I need to burn this latte candle because it is so powerful. Just, I haven't even burned it yet. And I'm just, I don't know. I'm kind of selfish. I kind of want it to last. I know I can buy another one. I can get another one. But
You can always,
I'm
yeah,
obsessed
we're
with it.
always gonna stock that scent. They're always gonna be
Kelsey's
available
like,
for you.
burn that candle. I love this so much. Well, it was so okay. So on the whole hashtag thing, when I posted on my Instagram about your live, I was like, oh, I need to use some Frenchie hashtags in here. I was blown away by all of the Frenchie hashtags.
Yeah.
Like they're Frenchie everything. Like there's a Frenchie
Yeah.
hashtag for everything.
I'm telling you, Frenchie owners are obsessed. Yes, we are very into our dogs. It's a huge community. I think there's even a few Frenchie owners who ended up starting their own dog agency in terms of being like brand managers for like doggy influencers. And
oh my gosh.
While that is so cool, we don't have the time necessarily to dedicate that for Miss Latte. And then she's also not the biggest fan of getting her photo taken. Like if she sees the phone directed at her for too long, she'll like do something uncute, like the cute thing she was doing. So she knows. So that will be in our future, but exactly. But she will be forever memorialized in the phenomenal artwork by Kelsey Weir. So
I love
That's
that.
what I was gonna
Yeah,
say.
it'll be
She's
fun to
like,
have it that
you
way.
don't need a photo. You already got me. You got me in my
exactly.
In my phone, you know.
In
I
real
love
life,
this so
yeah.
much. I am absolutely
Thank
obsessed.
you.
So what? And Casey, I know I'm asking a lot of questions, so butt in if I
No,
if you
no
have
worries.
something. But what is? Because you have your vision for the candle company and you're executing it and you're doing a phenomenal job. Where, like, do you have another vision for it? Is it secret? It's okay if it's secret, but it's like, do you have like, okay, in like 2 years this, in 5 years that, or do you think it's like, hey, I'm going to see what happens and then I might divert to something different down the road?
Yeah. Well, so I actually started Bobette as just like a way to kind of start in the candle world and see if I like to have another candle company idea that's very different from Bobette, but I wanted to see like, how do you operate a candle business? And so this has kind of been like my really fun, really creative company. And I think I'll probably always have it, at least for a while. And I have a lot of really fun collections planned with Kelsey Weir that we've already finished all of our winter candle artwork and we're starting on our spring and summer for next year. And my problem is I have too many ideas and it's like, how can I fit all of my ideas into smaller collections that we can launch throughout the year?
Yes.
So we'll always be launching like new collections that'll be pretty seasonal for us. And then we'll have our staples. Eventually we'll have all of those lined out as well. And so I think as we go on year-wise, we'll just have more and more scents available. And then so our pumpkin spice that's coming out in a few weeks is going to be a very limited edition, given fall is a little bit shorter. And so we'll have a few staples, but then like I said, we'll have some really fun limited edition. I think we might do some merch eventually with some of our really great artwork. Again, we adore Kelsey, and there's some cool opportunities of things we might be able to do with that. We would love to be in some like really fun small boutiques. I don't I don't see us doing like Nordstrom throwing Anthropologie to be amazing, but I really like my full-time job and I'm not ready to go candle full time. But I love that it's at the right size where I can still do so much creatively and a lot of fun stuff with it.
There's a really, really excellent pet store in Kansas City called Mixed Mutt Creamery, where she makes her own doggy ice cream and her own baked treats. And she does like very, very specific, very small scale sales like that. It's really, really good. I will send you. The woman who owns it is amazing. I was in Kansas City for a couple weeks, and me and Scoop went there every day. Like she's a really, really nice, really kind person, and I think that would be a really. I could totally see your brand fitting in there. Like she has excellent clean design and all that stuff too. So I think that you guys would really get along.
To make ice cream for dogs. What a fun job.
Yeah, and it's good too.
I'm sure.
I didn't eat it. Scoop went crazy and she's very picky. So I did not eat the ice cream.
Good disclaimer there, for sure.
Yeah. I think what we're going to see, at least with our generation of millennials, is pet ownership is just increasing substantially, especially with the pandemic, everyone being home wanting to pet. And I think, pets are really going to be, if not already, a huge part of people's families. Like my family is very British, and so we're very dog and horse obsessed. Like literally at Christmas time, the dogs have their own stockings and they change their own dress. We're that level of dog people. And I think that's probably going to be a huger demographic as time goes on. Kids and have more dogs. So I think it's going to be such a fun market to watch grow, and there'll be so many opportunities in the pet space for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I absolutely agree with that. And that's a really great point Casey made. Is like there are these pet boutique shops. And, because I feel like your candle brand could go into like even like a women's clothing boutique or like a gifty shop. But thinking about even having two totally different boutique markets there would be brilliant.
Yeah.
Because the dog moms are already there. Dog dads are already there.
Yeah.
Yes. And we will have, I think I can announce it, we will have a dog mom and a dog dad candle coming out next year for both the holidays.
Stop.
Oh my God.
Like, pet parent, it's still a real parent job. Like I put in a lot of parenting hours. And dog moms and dog dads need to be celebrated too.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love that.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm going to be so on edge for that one. That's going to be such an amazing gift for people.
Fun way to gift someone.
I love that. I love that so much. I'm obsessed with your candle. Like, I'm sure people who's watching this and don't really know what I'm doing. Like, I'm just over here smelling every candle.
Where we could like hold something up to a camera. Like one day it's going to exist. Smell-o-vision, where you can smell what we're talking about. Like you just want to really own that.
Little Frenchie kisses there. I know, Casey, I need to get you one of these mini collections because they're just the right size too. Like I love this, but then if you want like just a sampling, it's like a little flight, like a flight of candles.
Yeah.
You can do that, and but cute. When you know which ones you like, you get the big bag, or you just get the signature collection that has all the big sizes. So
yeah,
I'm obsessed. I absolutely love it. I love your vision. I love you're just so bold. I love how bold you are. Just like, I'm gonna do this, and then you execute it so well. And I'm serious. Like I was just like, Kelsey's been doing this for years. Like, and then to learn that, but it's in your soul, to be a creator.
Well, your transferable skills are like I used to do events from the ground up, and I'd have this crazy vision, and I'd have to explain it to my vendors. And I think it's just transferring that into products has been really fun. And just like for me, again, I love to have very specific visions of things, and I'm glad it looks so put together. It took a while to get to this point where it all looks so seamlessly cohesive. But I think anyone, if you just want to, dabble in some creative effort or hobby or whatever, it's totally open to everyone. There's, different levels of everything.
Absolutely. I love that so much. I think the biggest thing is that there's something you're interested in doing. Just do the research, dive in, find resources, find courses. If you want to pay money to jump some hurdles to just get the information, like if you're passionate about it, just do it. Life's too short not to try that thing you've always wanted to do.
We live in one of the most like information available times that's ever existed in like the history of the world. Like we have the internet, we have YouTube in itself is insanely helpful, and like so many resources. So yeah, I think I have like, I would say, a candle degree from Google.
Like say and anything you're in search how to like washing machine. And there was a guy within his mom fixing it and showing saying, what are your tips? There's everything on, and it's a really creator.
I think your audio cut out on me just for a second. Casey, did it do the same to you?
Yeah.
Outside, can you hear me now?
Not that you sound a little bit like a robot.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Let me see if I move. My audio. How's it now?
I think
It's a little better. Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry about that. My AirPods died, so I'll just try to lean in closer to the microphone on the laptop.
I think it might be a little staticky. We might. Let me put you on mute just for a second to see if that helps. Let's see. We'll try again. Give me a second. Let's see. Let's try again.
All right, how am I now?
It's a little staticky, and I think I can hear myself back.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No worries.
No, that's okay.
We made it pretty far without any tech issues. So that's pretty good.
Yeah.
For live.
Yeah.
We did. I think I'm going to mute this for a second. But I'm going to go ahead and say, Kelsey, we really, really appreciated you making time to show up with us tonight and talk about your awesome brand. I may not be able to play it again because I think it's like echoing me, so I'm so sorry. But I just want to let everyone know that if you want to, well, you should need to get you a Bobette candle. They're amazing. Kelsey has done a fantastic job creating an amazing product that smells absolutely delicious. So I highly encourage you to check out bobettecandles.co. And I have the website linked in the product caption in the in my Facebook caption, so you can go there and shop and purchase. Just go ahead and get the big collection. You're going to want all of them. And from there, you can follow Kelsey on Instagram at Bobette Candles. And Kelsey, we are absolutely amazed by everything you have done. I know you don't technically have a background in design and all that stuff, but like you are a visionary and you absolutely know how to make things happen, which I just want to add. I know there's so many other people out there who have the same spirit and heart, but maybe they're not in a full-time role or something to be creative, and they just think that it's not in them. It is in you, and you should definitely try it and go after what you want. Kelsey, I'm going to try again. I just want you to be able to say goodbye and all those great things. But I'm going to tell everybody, go to bobettecandles.co, shop her website. We're big fans of Kelsey and Lattè, and we definitely hope you'll support her business.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Have a good night.
Thank you.
Bye, Lattè.
Thank you guys. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.